Oh, ho, ho, ho. Let's go ahead and pin this. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, chairmen from all over the world. We maxed this thing out at 10,000 individuals on this call right now from literally all over the world. We're currently streaming right now over, all right, so we got David on. David's in the building. We're lit. Okay. So we're currently streaming right now over in the I Am Elite Facebook page. If you're not able to get your team onto this call, this thing is packed out to the brim. What I suggest that you do is you get your team into that Facebook group and make sure that they're watching this thing, because this is not a call that you want to miss, right? I'm so excited right now because literally, we have people tuning in from all over the world, people from different walks of life, different ethnicities, different belief levels, different cultural barriers, different economical situations, but all under one roof on an equal playing field, aligned, moving in unison towards one specific task and goal. And I could not be more humbled to be on a call like this with each and every single one of you, 10,000 fired up individuals. The chats are going absolutely crazy, right? So I'm grateful that you're here today, and I'm grateful to kick this thing off. Wherever it is that you're tuning in from the world, we got people from literally all over the world. I hope that you guys are safe. I hope that you guys are happy. I hope that you guys are thriving and not just surviving. It's crazy things that are going on out there right now. It seems that every time that we turn on the news, get on social media, there's some form of an update happening, right? With the lockdowns and quarantines, with the riots and the racial bigotry, with the corrupt politicians that we have. And I can't help but realize and come to an understanding that if we had better leaders in place, I think we would have a better world. I didn't say more leaders. I think we have enough leaders, but I think we need better leaders. And these calls, I'm going to be real. These calls are our contribution to creating better leaders that are going to go on and create a better tomorrow. You see, call me crazy, but I truly believe that there's going to be individuals that win Nobel Peace Prizes from this company. I really believe that there's going to be people that go and run for office. There's going to be people, individuals that step into a pop culture realm and lead the youth into a better direction, sports realm and lead the youth into a better direction, right? Into government and lead our nations into better directions. And it all starts with calls like this. It all starts with conversations like we're having right now. So leaders, I'm going to talk to you guys as if we're already leaders, because everybody on this call is leading something. Some of you guys are leading your family. Some of you guys are leading your marriages. Some of you guys are leading your teams. Some of you guys are leading your organizations. Each and every single one of us are leading something inside of our lives, right? So with that said, I'm going to talk to you as if you're already a leader. Leaders, you see, leaders understand that you need to be taking notes during this call. If we're going to create a better tomorrow, I'm letting you guys know right now that roughly at about 5% of what it is that you learn is all you'll retain if you don't write this information down. And when we're creating a better tomorrow, when we're creating a better future, a better economy, right? You do not want to miss the information that is given during this session, right? So you got to make sure you guys are taking notes. And the second thing that I'm going to ask each and every single one of you guys, each one, teach one. Ladies and gentlemen, each one, teach one. Leaders understand that it's not necessarily about what it is that we can do, rather what it is that we can teach. Because what we can teach is duplicatable, and duplication leads to momentum each and every single time. So after this call, if there's something that resonates with you, if there's something that helps you break through, if there's something that helps you experience boundaries that are broken, I strongly suggest and I encourage you to go out and teach the newest individual or somebody that was not able to make this call in your organization what it is that you learned, right? So with that being said, guys, let's get this thing started. My name is Matt Rosa. I'm a Chairman 750 here with an I Am Mastery Academy. And I've been inside of this industry now since 2013, inside of this business since November of 2015. And it is evident that this company, this organization, this movement has experienced quantum leaps, has experienced exponential growth. It is obvious that this has happened, right? But here's the thing, what are we running towards? What are we running towards? You see, I truly believe that momentum, right? I made this definition up. It's not in Webster. You're not going to find it there. But I feel from experience that the definition of momentum is a group moving in unison towards one specific task and goal. A group moving in unison towards one specific task and goal. What is our goal here? You see, our goal is to enrich, empower, and educate the lives of 1 million customers all around the world. How are we going to get that done? Well, if we help create 1,000 Chairman 10s and above by December of 2020, that is now a reality. By December of 2020, that is now a reality, putting us at $1 billion brand. Right? Putting us at $1 billion brand, right? But here's the thing, guys. I remember when we were running towards Chairman 500, right? When Jason and I were running towards Chairman 500, when David Imonitie was running towards Chairman 500, I learned something. I learned that we shouldn't focus solely on the production of numbers, but like John C. Maxwell says, rather the development of leaders inside of the organization. Because I've learned very early in my career that if you build the leader will in turn build the organization. You're only as strong as your weakest leader, right? And leadership is the ability to bring someone somewhere that they had no intention to be, but thank you when they got there. Right? They thank you when they got there. And I feel that, when we were going towards that Chairman 500 run, never once did we say, we're going Chairman 500. Maybe right now you have your respective goals that you're running to: Platinum 1000, Platinum 2000, Platinum 5000, Chairman 10, Chairman 50, Chairman 100, or even Chairman 750, right? We all have our respective goals that we're running towards, but we were never focused on the specific goal or the rank. The rank was a byproduct of the individuals that we were able to help impact along the way. So for us, it was not about, and David as well, it was not about going ahead and hitting Chairman 500. Rather, we said we want to create 100 Chairman 10s and above. Now, when I first got started inside of I Am Mastery Academy, this thing looked like Windows 1998, y'all. Like, it did not look like what it is that we have in front of us today by any means, right? But when we went ahead and we got started with this business, I believe when Alex and David joined this business, there was roughly maybe 1 or 2 Chairman 10s. So when David came into this and he was like, we got to focus on 100 Chairman 10s and above. I said, what, bro? There's 1 or 2 of us. But because we all began to move in unison towards one specific task and goal, we began to see our first official wave of sustainable and true momentum. Of sustainable and true momentum. I remember we couldn't get off of a call without hearing. I couldn't get on a call or off a call without hearing, hey, 100 Chairman is done. 100 Chairman is done. 100 Chairman is done. You see, we made that the macro goal. And even on a micro scale, the organizations began to adapt that goal as what it was that they were looking to accomplish. 100 Chairman, 100 Chairman, 100 Chairman, 100 Chairman, 100 Chairman, 100 Chairman became a reality. And in turn, that 100 Chairman helped create some of the greatest success stories that this industry has ever seen. And we're doing it again. You see, we're doing it again, right? But this time we're doing it much stronger, much bigger, and much, much faster. The goal is to impact, enrich, and educate the lives of 1 million individuals along the way, right? The goal is to truly help create 1,000 Chairman 10s and above. It's already done. I am so happy and grateful now that 1,000 Chairman 10 is done inside of this organization, right? But how often are you speaking it? How often are you owning that goal? We're going to talk about owning that goal in just a little bit. But when I come to the realization, you see, everything that we do on a macro scale, on a big scale, we do on a micro scale, on a small scale. And I understand that everyone has their respective goals that they're tuning in on. But here's the thing, what I've come to the realization, is that I'm starting to get on calls. David and I were talking about it. We're starting to get on calls and we don't hear this enough. We hear the edification. This person makes X amount of money. He's impacted X amount of lives. But what about edifying the movement? And what it is that we're trying to be a part of. You see, people want to be a part of something that's bigger than who it is that they are. I see so many individuals focused on, well, we're going to create 10 chairman tens inside of our group or 100 chairman tens inside of our group. And they're not adopting the goal. So here's what I'm coming to the realization, right? Imagine this. Imagine you trying to build a room without a home. Or even worse, a home without a kingdom. So many of us are focused on making this amazing little room, right? This little room as perfect as we can, not recognizing that the home and the kingdom is what's going to give us the opportunity to be able to develop that room. Allow me to explain. In this situation, IM Academy is the kingdom. Your home is maybe your team, and your room is your specific business, right? We cannot build our business without the ability to build the kingdom. So we got to start to own this goal. Every single conversation, this needs to be mentioned, because here's the reality of things. You see, here's the reality of things. What you speak is what you believe, right? Because they call words, right? They talk about words as spelling because it casts spells. Words cast spells. This literally becomes your reality. This isn't information that I made up. This isn't information that David made up. This isn't information that anyone inside of our organization has made up. This is information that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. What you speak is what you believe. What you believe is what you give yourself permission to achieve. And you see, guys, I look at this. I look at what it is that we're doing. And I can't help but realize that there's certain individuals, certain organizations that are not owning that goal. They're renting that goal. They're not owning that goal. Let's talk about it. How many people know that we treat things significantly different when we own them? We treat things significantly different when we own them. You don't believe me? When you ever had a rental car? You see, I love my car. My car is my baby, right? I don't allow people to eat inside of my car. I am very diligent when it comes to maintaining my car. I get this car washed as often as I possibly can. I'm always focused on making sure that this car lasts. But how? Tell me how. When I was in Colorado just a few weeks ago, now I love hiking. That's one of my favorite things to do, right? And we were driving from our Airbnb hours every single day to go on these huge hikes, right? And we're getting snacks. We're on road trips. And we're leaving the snack wrappers all over the place, the candy, the sodas, the bottles of water. We go on this hike, we get all muddy and dirty. I come inside, I kick my feet up right on the dashboard, and I'm listening to music. I'm jamming, clapping my feet together. Dust is going everywhere, dirt's going everywhere, right? And when we went to go turn this car in, we said, whoa, we got to stop and clean this thing really quick, right? So we stopped somewhere and we started throwing away all the trash. And I was almost embarrassed to turn this car in because even after cleaning this thing was so dirty. How many people treat their things that they own very differently? All right, so you don't believe me? You ever been to an Airbnb? A hotel? You see, my wife does not let me leave the house without that bed being fixed. Right? Without that bed being fixed. But somehow when I'm at an Airbnb, I ain't fixing my bed. I'm not picking up my towels. When I'm in a hotel, I'm not going ahead and cleaning up. That's why we have room service, right? That's why it is that we pay a cleaning fee. Like I'm not doing that because I don't own it. But in my home, we have the cleaning lady that comes now once a week. We take care of it ourselves, right? So naturally, we begin to treat things that we do not own significantly different. Well, if how we do anything is how we do everything, I think it's safe to say that we treat our goals the exact same way. You see, are you owning these goals? How do you own a goal? Well, you got to make a commitment right? You got to make a commitment. For my homeowners on this call right now, for my homeowners, when you went ahead and you purchased your home, you got a loan from the bank made you sign a paper that was a commitment saying that you were going to pay this home off with X amount of interest in X amount of time. For my car owners, same exact thing. You know, when you got married, for my couples, when you got married or when you get married, you have to sign a paper and make a commitment to that said individual. What type of commitment do you have towards the goal of creating 1,000 Chairmen 10 and above? Are you owning that goal? Are you truly making that goal your goal? You see, I'll never tell you guys to do anything that I don't do myself. I walk it like I talk it every single time. And there's not a call that I don't get on. I don't care if it's one person or 1,000 people. You know, Jesus said, cast the nets. And that's exactly what it is that we're doing. We're casting that net. We're casting, in this situation, the net is the vision. We're casting that vision of 1,000 Chairmen 10s and above done. Why do we want 1,000 Chairmen 10? Because that means that we've indirectly impacted and directly impacted the lives, enriched the lives, educated the lives of 1 million people around the world. You see, that is making our mark. And that's just getting started. Now, here's the thing, guys. Currently, right now, we have about 400, around 400, I think it may be around like 410 current Chairmen 10 and above, right? Around 410 current Chairmen 10 and above. I believe when back in March, we had less than 200 at the time, right? Currently, right now, over 400 Chairmen 10 and above. Right now, we have about 600 to go. What does that mean? What does that mean? That what we've done over the course of the past 4 years, we have to do over the course, more than that, over the course of the next 5 to 6 months. Now, it doesn't worry me. It doesn't worry me at all, because the organization back in March had roughly around 60,000 active. Today, over 225,000 active customers all around the world. Right? So a little hard work, a little bit of skin in the game. I know what this organization is capable of. I know what's going to happen and how it is that we're going to make this thing happen. So the what doesn't intimidate me, because we have a very clear direction on how we're going to streamline this approach. And we know exactly why it is that we're doing what it is that we're doing. Guys, I truly believe that this is the opportunity, not just of a lifetime, but of 2 lifetimes. Right? But it means nothing if we're not going to take advantage of it in the lifetime of the said opportunity. You see, I know for a fact that this is a reality without me. I know for a fact that this is a reality without Jason. I know for a fact that this is a reality without Bryce. I know that this is a reality without Mr. David Imonitie. Right? This is happening with or without us. There is a supernatural hand over this company right now that is going to allow us to continue to do what it is that we do, as long as we move with people over profits, as long as we continue to move with impact over income. Right? Now, here's the thing. You got to ask yourself, is it going to happen inside of your organization, or are you going to watch it happen in someone else's organization? Is it gonna happen in your organization, or are you gonna watch this thing happen in someone else's organization? I commit to playing a pivotal role here with helping enrich, educate the lives of 1 million individuals all around the world. I commit to playing a pivotal role to helping create 1,000 Chairmen 10s and above. That puts us at $1 billion company. And that's something that no one can ever take away. So what's your commitment? What's your commitment when it comes to the 1 million customer? What's your commitment to spreading this message? What is your commitment when it comes to the 1,000 chairmen? What is your commitment? Because that's how it is that we're going to do so, by owning this goal. And all of us moving in unison towards one specific task and goal. So with that being said, guys, that's my time with you guys. I can't be more excited for you guys to hear from some of the most iconic leaders that this industry, not this company, this industry has to offer. I mean, guys, you guys are on a call right now Let's give credit where you guys are on a call right now, Mr. Jason Brown. One of the most tenacious leaders that I've ever had the opportunity to meet behind a lot of the product development that you guys are seeing here. Mr. David Imonitie, an individual that has led nations and nations and nations. Bryce Thompson, the youngest top income earner in the industry. Guys, this is a call that is going to be heard and echoed. And I'm so excited to be able to stand on the shoulders of these giants and be able to introduce the next speaker to each and every single one of you guys. So next up, we got none other than one of my best friends in the world, my brother, Mr. Jason Brown. Now, a lot of you guys see Jason as, Jason's that guy that's always working with corporate. A lot of you guys see Jason for the cars, the lifestyle. A lot of you guys see Jason for the recognition. You guys see him as Jason Brown, the Chairman 750. But I get to see him behind doors. I get to see the hours and hours and hours of him filling the cups of other individuals. I get to see the trials and the tribulations that he deals with on a day-to-day basis. On a corporate perspective, I get to see the relationships that he develops with the educators that help us continue this company and legacy. I get to see him behind the innovation of a lot of the products and services and software that we utilize on a day-to-day basis. I get to see him as an individual that you will never understand the sacrifice that he makes and how it is that he's forever putting people over profits and impact over income. So with that being said, guys, make sure that you guys are holding on to every single word. Get excited, get fired up, and truly implement what it is that you're going to learn from this gentleman. Because to know and not do is to not know at all. Mr. Jason Brown, my brother, are you there?
Yes, sir. Well, guys, first and foremost, Matt, I appreciate you, bro. You kicked off this call, and I honestly couldn't imagine a better way to start a call that has literally 10,000 people watching here on Zoom. And then over in the I Am Elite Facebook group, we're streaming to close to 2,000 people over there. People have watch parties of their own where they share this. So we've got probably about 13,000 individuals watching this call right now. And, David Imonitie is on the line. Bryce Thompson is actually traveling, so we're not sure if he's going to be on here. But, guys, I'm telling you, I am so grateful, so happy, so blessed, so excited. It seems like every single day for the past few years, we have been focused on growth. But, growth in a leader is one of the most impressive things that I can ever give credit to. And before I really go in, I want to say to Matt, bro, I am impressed more and more every single day on your pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself. You guys on this call need to understand one thing, that leadership should never be quantified as or qualified but because somebody has a rank, because someone has a title, because someone has earned X amount of dollars. I think in our society today, we fall victim sometimes to, trusting someone because they have a blue check mark, but you can find a way to pay for that, right? Trusting someone because they have articles, but you can actually pay for that as well. Yes, I have those, but that's not the reason why you should trust. I feel like in our society, we fall victim to trusting people because they may be an artist or an athlete or a politician, right? Because they may have a rank or a title. And I've learned one important thing, especially working at the highest level of this profession for the past few years, that a lot of the times ranks and titles are fabricated. And some of the people that hold those ranks and titles don't have the people before profits mentality. That's why I love I Am Mastery Academy. That's why I stand beside the leaders in this company, because I believe that if you are not a person who puts people before profits, you won't feel comfortable here, right? Because the only way you know how to build your business is to show things on social media. The only way you know how to connect with people is to show lifestyle, to show cars, to show belts, to show, money, to show profits. See, but we figured out a way in I Am Academy to show value. Right. And that's through leadership and personal development. That's through putting God in the center of this company. And we have been able to attract an impact, right? Because we don't sell this opportunity. I stopped selling I Am Academy the day that I joined. We never sell anything. right? We're sharing, but we don't have to sell this opportunity. All we have to do is share something, because I truly believe that whether you come from a religious background or you're not religious at all, there is a higher power that drives every single one of us on a day-to-day basis to perform, not just for ourselves, but for the betterment of other people. I've been telling people a lot, but by the grace of God, I've been blessed financially. Matt, Rosa, blessed financially, and many, many leaders in this company blessed financially. But a lot of people ask, why do you keep going at the level that you were going as a Platinum 600, Platinum 1000? And my answer is legacy, right? Because at the end of the day, this isn't about creating 4 or 3 or 2 Chairman 750s, right? And then we hang up the cleats and, hang the jersey. I believe that the mission really gets fired when you make everything that you do about elevating, raising, impacting, and diving into other people. I can tell you that I am so excited about the future of this company, because in the last 18 months, I've seen Christopher Terry and Isis De La Torre get extremely uncomfortable. Man, when we got in this company, guys, there was about 500 customers, and we had an explosion, right? We had an explosion where we went to about 15,000 customers, and then literally, in the blink of an eye, we were back to where we started. And I saw the commitment, of leaders like Garrett Roberts, who have been here since the very beginning. Leaders like Brandon Boyd, Jewel Tankard, Lawrence and Tamara Young, China, the list goes on and on, Christopher Derrick, Trade House. Leaders that were here, that saw the vision. I saw the commitment, but most importantly, I felt and I knew that I could trust the commitment of the owners of this company. And, Chris Terry looked at me dead in the eye when many people left this company and people were talking smack on social media. He looked at me dead in the eye. He said, Jason, I started this company to make an impact, and I will not stop. I will not stop until the day that I die. And I said, man, that is something that I can get behind, because I knew that right then and there, he was not about the profits. He was about the people. And what this company has done in the last 18 months, we had a conversation, Yvonne Tapia, Monica Tapia, Alex Morton, David, Matthew, myself, with Chris and Isis. And we said, guys, we got to scale up going into 2019. If we really want to do this billion-dollar company with 1 million customers that we've impacted, empowered, and enriched around the world, we got to step things up. And then we have a brand new chief marketing officer. We have a brand new chief operating officer, right? We have all this staff and all these individuals that have come. And what I'm seeing on the back end of the company, I see things that it's a blessing for me, because then I can come on here with pure and utter confidence. And I would never talk about something that I have not seen that isn't true. But I see what's happening right now on the back end of this company. And I'm seeing layers of corporate infrastructure, layers of a financial team, layers of legal teams. Guys, the legal team around the world is slowly but surely building a very strong foundation. Guys, we have something here that we can genuinely be extremely proud in, and we can walk in every single day confidently. So I already know that the speed that we are promoting Chairman is just getting started. I believe that the speed that we are breaking Chairman 100s, we're just getting started. So I know 1,000 Chairman 10s are done. I know some of the leaders that strong P5000s that are breaking Chairman in the next 30, 45 days. So truly, let me tell you, has there ever been a better opportunity in my life? No. And I think that's something that we have to make a conscious decision about, right? Because sometimes we get involved and we see the great IM Center update. We see what Spila and the education department have done. We see what we got 165 educators in 16 languages. 165 educators in 16 languages. We just added Arabic. Shout out to Chairman 10 and Nas Hijja, worked so hard for the last 18 months to sharpen his axe in the trading spot, to work on his Arabic, and now we have the ability to reach Arabic. Today, we broke our first Chairman 10 in Asia. Shout out to Alejandro Bros, Yvonne Tapia, that whole organization, breaking a Chairman 10, the first of many in Asia. Guys, the dominoes have fallen. I remember when we broke the first Chairman 10 in London, it seemed like Chairman 10s were pouring. I remember when we broke the first Chairman in Africa. Shout out to the movement that's happening right now in Nigeria. Guys, it makes me so proud. It's been my passion to make an impact in Africa for the last 6 years. And to see what's happening right now in Africa is absolutely, I have my hair standing up. It's unbelievable, right? I remember breaking the first chairmans in Europe, and now we have floods. The first chairman started in Mexico and flooded down through Costa Rica and South America. Guys, we're just getting started. But this is no longer a theory if the services work. We have so many amazing strategies on our platform. I mean, you could get lost and then you'll be found on this platform, right? I have some of my friends that are getting started now. They watched me for 5 years. They said, you know, Jay, I believe this is a good time to do it. I say, well, better late than never, but never late is better, right? So let's run. And they're plugging into HFX. They're plugging into DeLorean, Gold Cup, Steady. Guys, you could get lost and you'll find your way in the different strategies. You could get lost on Go Live at 4 a.m. and somebody's teaching or showing something. That is a blessing because God says that there's blessings in the abundance that he promised, right? And so we here have just focused not on being the best, right? A lot of people outside like to compare what they're trying to build to what we have built. And I praise them and I wish them the best. But I could tell you, you do not grow focusing on what's happening in the peripherals. You focus and you grow, focusing on what is in that front view, right? That's why in the car, your front mirror, your front window is the biggest window that you could look out, right? Because that's really what matters. And so what I could tell you is for the last few years, we have passionately believed that we could empower, enrich, and educate. We didn't just talk about it, but we believed that when we spoke it with one mouth, we heard it with 2 ears. So we would receive double the passion blessing of what we speak, right? I am, and it was already done. So 1,000 Chairman 10s, it's finished. Now, I think you guys have to make a decision today if you are one of those. Right? It's already done. Guys, I promise you within the next 30 days, we'll be at 500. We are over 400 chairmen right now. I promise you within the next 30 days, we'll be over 500. I already know. And I know that we will probably hit that 1,000th chairman 10 on December 31st. I just have this gut feeling that we're going to hit it that exact day because that's what we spoke. So make a decision if that's you. See, that's what it's all about. Remember, guys, in the time that we live in right now, we live in a world of fear, right? A world where people are trying to create fear, but we don't live in a world of fear. We live in a world of perceived fear, a world of perceived hate. But in the same breath, I believe that whatever you focus on grows. And so in my life, I've been able to focus on peace, fulfillment, abundance, love. I have friends from every race and religion, and I know what we're doing inside of this platform is getting deep into the roots of the biggest problems in our world, whether they're, emotional, monetary, spiritual. Guys, we are truly solving some of the greatest world issues by offering people not an investment platform, not a guarantee, right? Not some just come and join and sign up all your friends. That's not what we do here. What we do is we say, look, we have 87% of our business are just using the I Am Center, the strategies, and the Go Lives. But if you see this vision, why wouldn't you share it, right? Some of the greatest success stories were people that I just decided to open up my mouth and tell about, or people that just saw leadership on social media and said, I need to be a part of that thing. So in my opinion, what we're doing is just missionary type of work. I believe that we're just out there sharing this. I mean, every single day I'm meeting new people. They say, what do you do? I say, hey, I work with the largest education platform in the world. They say, I need to be a part of that. This isn't a business. This is a blessing. And the minute you start treating it like a business, but feeling it like a blessing, is the minute that you're never going to have a fear about this company anymore, right? Sometimes people say, well, Jay, I'm going to get started, but I'm worried about getting my 2. And I say, look, you're looking at this from the wrong perspective, right? You're looking at this like, if I'm going to try, maybe this will work for me. And I believe that when you manifest your maybes into it's already done, right? You have to make that type of a literal decision. When you manifest your maybes into the it's already done, then you already spoke the completion. And then the only thing that stands in between you and the completion of that desire is time. See, I came from an average household. We weren't poor, but we definitely weren't wealthy, right? And I watched my parents, who are actually in the other room right now, I watched them work extremely hard every single day. So it was monkey see, monkey do. I turned 17. I worked extremely hard. That's all I knew. And until I started to get educated about the cash flow quadrant, about wealth, about information, I was lost. But when I came to this company, I realized one thing, that our emotional intelligence, our development and pursuit of wisdom, our humility, that'll be the last thing that I talk about. Our humility is such a key. Guys, the minute that you believe that you're better than somebody else, you already lost. See, the minute that you try to cut the line, I learned a very valuable lesson from David Imonitie. One day we did a Chairman 10 and above call, and a bunch of people who were not chairman got on the call, and he said, look, he said, you guys are more than welcome to stay on the call, but just understand one thing. You're not blocking our blessing. You're blocking your blessing. And I was like, wow. You know what happened? All those people jumped off the call. But I realized that, we often fall victim to playing the comparison game, right? All I've been hearing lately is, Jay, what's Bryce doing? Man, what's Trade House doing? What's Darwin and Emery doing? What's John Guaman doing? What is David doing different? What? They got the same compensation plan, the same services. When we start to play comparison, we start to focus on the wrong thing. So I'm going to urge you guys that if that 1,000, if you're going to be a part of that 1,000 Chairman 10, I want you to focus on where your focus goes. Because where focus goes, energy flows, and energy is powerful. See, momentum is a group of people moving in unison towards one goal, but I also believe that momentum is a decision. I don't believe that momentum is something you're going to open up your back office and see. I don't think momentum is even in the volume, because sometimes your volume is a lie. We had a push of momentum towards the end of last year, and it was a lie. But when we sat on that stage in London, and I knew it, David Imonitie and I looked at each other, and it was different. We didn't have to say anything, but the eye contact, the confirmation in that was like, it's done. Now it's done. We felt it, and then we got back home, and it was probably 200 chairmen to 400. Maybe, I think we had less chairmen than that, actually. Guys, let me tell you this. In the past 4 months, we have gone from 60,000 active customers to over 250,000 active members in this entire platform. Our web servers for the IM Center just let us know that we have to be prepared, because we're about to reach the 300,000 member mark. Guys, 3 of our websites are ranked in the global top 10,000. We are not a network marketing company. This is a educational platform where someone can come and improve multiple areas of their life. We've taken what Rosetta Stone and Netflix did, and we combined it. We had a baby, and that baby is I Am Mastery Academy. And you guys already know, if somebody plugs in, uses the education, uses the services, you have a happy customer. So truthfully, if you want to go chairman, I believe probably the most valuable resource you can have is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And you just go out and you study what it takes to become the best person you can be, how to treat people with respect, how to gain people's respect, because respect is never given, respect is earned. And I truly, truly will stand behind this statement. But I believe that the people with the most friends, the people that treat the most people with respect, the leaders that pay it the closest attention to detail. Guys, Matt and I are working with P150s and P600s. The minute you get too big for the little things is the minute that you lose everything. So stay humble. Never get too big for anything. And if you're going through something, communicate, because we're marching towards one common goal. I have to have your back the same way that you have to have mine. So my brothers and sisters, I am so grateful to turn this webinar over to my brother, someone who had taught me 3 or 4 of the most pivotal philosophical lessons that I've learned. David Imonitie, fellow Chairman 750, gentleman who really helped push not only my life, but many people's lives, nudged us back on track. And I'm so grateful, David, to have you as a friend, a business partner, and also a mentor, my brother. And man, if you want to come in and talk about that vision, we'd be grateful. The floor is yours, my bro. You're the host. Guys, 1,000 chairman is done. Let's get it. DI, you there? Let me make sure I got the right David Imonitie on here. Will the real David Imonitie please stand up? 1 second, guys. Is that DI? Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Dave, you can unmute yourself. Hopefully he's here.
Yes, I'm here. Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Bro. I'm literally just blown away by what I've heard today from yourself and Matt. I remember meeting both of you. I actually met you first, and thank God you you showed me the compensation plan. I'm extremely grateful. I'm just really just blown away by everything I've heard today. And I think the biggest thing I'm blown away by is the unity that is within the company. Prior to coming to IM, I was a part of a company that from stage talked about loyalty, unity, and edification. And I think in the very beginning that was there, but as more success started to come to the company, there was definitely a huge breakdown in those three areas. And although in the last almost 4 years for me, and I know it's a little over 4 years for you and Matt, although just like any organization or any family, you're always going to have challenges. You're always going to have disagreements. I think what has kept us together is the fact that we've always had a common goal. We've always had a common goal. Matt, listening to you on this call today gave me chills. You have, sometimes when someone says you've grown, they could say it like in a condescending way. But I don't know if it's a matter of growth. I think it was just a matter of time. I think who you are today is who you were 4 years ago when we met. It's just a matter of time for you to actually become the person that you are, the leader that you are right now today. And 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it's going to get even more ridiculous and crazy. Not just your results, but the type of leader that you are, the passion that you exude. People can feel that. People can definitely feel the passion that you have for people. So I'm really, 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 really happy for you, really proud of everything that you're doing. And I know you said that all of this would be a reality if it wasn't, even if I wasn't here, or even if you weren't here, or Jason, or Yvonne, or Alex. And that may be true, but the truth is, it is happening because all of us are here. It's happening because all of us are here. We strategically wanted to put this call together on August the 1st because we've got 5 months. And what we've accomplished this year really has been accomplished in 5 months. If you really think about it. From March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. I remember going into 2020, what I was speaking was overflow. That's what I was speaking overflow. But our business had gone back by $4 million. literally by $4 million in volume, our business had gone backwards. We had shot up after an event. We had shot up to, I think, 9 million, a little over 9 million. And I looked at my back office maybe about a month ago or so, and I looked at January 1st, 2020, and we were a little over 5 million. And to look at where it is that we are today, it really happened in 5 months. So why do we put a call like this together? Why do we make the decision? And think about it, guys. Here's the reality. I just checked the numbers. There's 9,700 people on this call right now. When the call first started, it was 10,000. So that means 300 people have, for whatever reason, have logged off. That's life. That's always going to happen. Everybody is not going to get to the destination with you. That's just the reality of it. Everybody's not going to get to the destination with you. But I promise you this, enough will. Because the goal is 1,000. The goal is 1,000. So what you can do with your life is you can focus on the 300 that fall off. You can focus on the 1,000 that fall off. You can focus on the 10,000 that fall off. You can focus on the 50,000 that fall off. But as long as you still have that 1,000 there, then your goal is still a reality. Because out of the 9,700 people that's on this Zoom right now, that we've got 2,000 on Facebook, I know without a shadow of a doubt that there's at least 1,000 chairman 10s and above on this call. I know that for a fact. And when I look at what has happened in this company, but more importantly, what's about to happen, it's because of the culture that's been created of belief in leadership. You know, Jason Brown, I heard you talk about your parents and how hard they worked and you know, monkey see, monkey do, and how you had that work ethic as well that you got from your parents. And I'm looking, I'm like, 4 years ago to where Jason is now, it's belief in leadership. He's raised his level of belief, but he had to start somewhere. He had to be the person that believed in Christopher Terry. Matt Rosa had to be the person that believed in Christopher Terry. And that belief is what caused him to make probably the greatest phone call, right? I'm sure he would agree that that was probably one of the greatest phone calls he's ever made to Alex Morton. So, and you look at where he is today, you have to have hope. You have to look at yourself and say, man, where can I be 4 years from now? Whatever situation you may find yourself in right now, doesn't really matter. Can you look forward? Can you look ahead and say, man, this is where I'm going to be 4 years from now? And then you have all these individuals. You got Yvonne and Monica Tapia. You've got Alex Morton. You've got Bryce Thompson. You got Matt Rosa, Jason Brown. You got leader after leader after leader after leader after leader after leader. You got Jill Tanker. You got Paloma. You got so many women. Noel. You got Keita. You got so many people. You got so many men, women that you can point to and say, man, if they can do it, then I can do it too. Had a chance to spend a couple of days here with Nate, who's he's not a brand new Chairman 250, but he's a Chairman 250. He's close to 500 and 22 years old. Introduced me to a gentleman, he just went Chairman 100. Okay, I call him valet to 100. He was parking cars a year ago. A year later, he's a Chairman 100. There's so many examples now. So we're not even asking you to believe if it's possible, because there's so many examples now that are there for you to understand that it is more than possible for you to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish in this business. And this call validates that we do have the togetherness, that we do have the unity. Because if I set up this call by myself, there's not 10,000 people on this call. Jason did this call by himself, it's not 10,000. It's not 10,000. It's when everybody comes together and says, hey, let's do something together. Let's come together. Let's show that unity. That's when you have tremendous growth. And we've got a common goal now. That goal is 1,000 Chairman 10s and above, 1,000 qualified Chairman 10s and above by December 31st, 2020. He said, well, Dave, it's 5 months, but look at what's happened in the last 5 months. We didn't have this call 5 months ago. We didn't have this call with 12, 13,000 people on the call. We didn't have this call with the amount of active customers that we have now, the amount of Chairman 10s and Chairman 25s and 50s and 100s. We did not have this call 5 months ago. We're having it now. So what can we do the next 5 months? We have not paid one attention. We have not allowed the negativity of this world, because the negativity of this world will always be there. It was here 500 years ago. It was here 2,000 years ago. It was here 5,000 years ago. It will be here 100 years from now, 2,000, whatever. It'll always be here, but we haven't paid focus to that. We've looked and we said, what can we do? What can we do to make it better? What can we do to alleviate some of the challenges? We've done that, but we haven't paid focus to it. We haven't paid attention to it. We haven't allowed the outside world to infiltrate what is happening in this company. And ladies and gentlemen, my part on this call, I just want to share with you real quickly what we're going to do in order to accomplish this goal. Because yes, you should have your goal, but you should have your goal with the goal in mind. Your goal with the goal in mind. You have your goal, but then there's the goal. You have your team, but then there's the team. And when I came here, I purposely focused on the team and not my team. I never said an organizational goal. I said a company goal. I said, this is what we're going to do as a company. Here's what we're going to do together. And here's why. Here's why I did that, ladies and gentlemen, because everything that I do, when it comes to looking at this business, when it comes to leadership, everything that I do, it's always going to have a foundation to it. And that foundation is going to be the word. Very, very simple. It's not complicated. These are principles that are time tested, that have worked over and over and over again. And my belief is that if it worked back then, it's going to work now. There was a group of people that came together that said, hey, listen, we're going to go up. We are going to build a tower that is going to reach heaven. I want you to think about the impossibility of that. I want you to think about the impossibility of that goal. A group of people thousands of years ago, not with the technology that we have today, not with the science that we have today, not with all the things, all the trappings of this world that we have today, people with literally nothing that exists today. They didn't have any of that thousands of years ago, but they had their minds. The mind thousands of years ago still works the same exact way today. Still works exactly the same way today. They came together and they said, hey, listen, we're going to build a tower. We are going to build a tower. But I want you to think, if you have 1 ounce of doubt that we're going to get to 1,000 chairmen, I want you to think about these group of people thousands of years ago with absolutely nothing that exists today. It didn't exist for them back then. They came together and they said, you know what? We're going to build a tower that's going to reach heaven. How impossible was that? How impossible was that? But they thought it. They came together, and then what he said was nothing was going to stop them from doing what they had imagined to do. Nothing was going to stop them because they were together, because they were unified, because they had a common goal, because they said, hey, this is what we're going to do, because they were of one language. The one language in our company is we're going to empower, we're going to enrich, we're going to educate 1 million customers. We had no idea how that was going to happen when we said that. Zero, okay? There was a lot of stuff going on in the company. There was no evidence, there was no proof whatsoever that we could get to 1 million customers. If you cut me open right now You will see. I 1,000% believe we're going to get to 1 million customers. I don't have an ounce of doubt because I've seen what's happened. I've seen what's happened. And when I say I've seen what's happened, I'm not even talking about the past. I'm talking about the future. And this is not some magical power that I have, because you have the same power too. You have the same power to see what has happened in your future. They came together and said, hey, we're going to build a tower, go up and check on God up there. And at first, I'm sure God was like, okay, let's see if they can really do it. I'm sure maybe other parts of the world, maybe they heard about it and they said, man, those guys are crazy. How they gonna get to 1 million customers? Man, them guys are crazy. How they 1,000? Come on, 1,000 people making 6 figures? Okay, all right, whatever. But as time went on, God said, well, wait a minute. He literally got off his seat and said, let me go. Because see, here's what happens. When you have a group of people that come together and say, we're going to do something, people are going to come and want to see what you're doing. They're going to want to come and check on what it is that you're doing. And you know what? We want them to. You know what? We believe that there could be 1,000 other Forex network marketing companies out there, and it won't change not one thing about what it is we're about to do. It wouldn't change not one thing. They can come out with company after company and, hey, we're gonna do what I Am did. Man, listen, fantastic. I wish you the best. I'm hoping that you do it. The more voices that are out there talking about this educational platform, talking about saving people's lives financially, fantastic. But that doesn't mean that the goals that we've set are now all of a sudden going to stop. No, not at all. God had to come down and say, hey, man, these guys, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And although it said that nothing was going to stop them, there was one thing that did stop them. There was one thing. Even though they had imagined that they were going to get to 1,000 Chairman 10s and above, even though they had imagined that they were going to get to 1 million customers, there was only one thing that stopped them. And that one thing was discord. That one thing was a lack of togetherness. That one thing was a lack of unity. That one thing was, if we can change their language, if we can get them off focus just a little bit to have them start talking differently, guess what? I've taken away the most powerful thing that they have, which is unity, because in unity, anything that you imagine to do will surely come to pass. And that's what he did. He came down, he changed their language. So now they couldn't understand each other. And you know what a change of language is? Sometimes it's spiritual. Sometimes it's envy. Sometimes it's jealousy. Sometimes it's, oh, I'm not going to help that person because they're not a part of my group. Or I'm not going to help that person because they're not a part of my organization. Or that's a change of language, ladies and gentlemen. Wanting someone else to fail in your company means that your company failed. Do you get that? Do you understand that? This is not lip service. I have watched a company literally that we thought was going to be like the legacy company of the century completely fall apart because the language changed. Because we didn't have God at the center of what we were doing. We had man at the center of what we were doing. It was about this leader or that leader. So yes, we edify people here. Yes, we definitely give credit where credit is due. But trust me, the person that gets the glory is God. Period. End of story. First and last. Then in the middle, it's you. In the middle, it's the leaders. But first and last is him. I've seen it fall apart too many times for me to make that mistake. And I don't want you to make that mistake either. But here's what we got to do moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. You got to write this thing down. You got to write this thing down. When you write your goal of how many chairmen are in your business, when you write your goal of you going chairman or you being one of the 1,000, at the very bottom, I just want you to put 1,000 chairmen is done. I want you to just put it in the very bottom. Just write it down next to your goal. Have your goal. Your goal is important, but also put the team. Put the team goal right there. 1,000 chairmen is done. If you can, put 1,000 chairmen is done by December 31st, 2020, because that's the second step. The first step is for you to write it down and put it where you can see it all the time. That's what I want you to do. Just imagine 10,000 plus people, you do this. Think about this. If one person does it, he says it's going to come to pass. So what do you think is going to happen when 10,000 people do it? But if you're so focused on your group, if you're so focused on your success, or you're so focused on the lack of success that you think that you're having right now, I promise you, you won't write the team goal because you're so focused on you. Remember, when you make it happen for others, God's going to make it happen for you. I knew that by the company growing that I would grow. I didn't have to focus on my growth. I knew that if the company grew that I would grow. So let's write it down. Let's write it down. You come to my house, I've got a picture right there. It says 1,000 chairman tens. I'm so happy and grateful now. Got 1,000 chairman tens. It's done by December 31st, 2020. Okay. Matter of fact, in some of my leadership chats, that's the icon. That's the picture that they see. Write it down. Put a date of it on it. The only obstacle that can stop us, ladies and gentlemen, that's number 3. The only obstacle that can stop us is if we lose the unity that we have. If we lose the togetherness that we have. But imagine if we increase that. Imagine if we find different ways to help people that are not even a part of our organization, that are not part of our team. I don't say no to any call. Any leader, anywhere, anytime, they say, hey, listen, can you do a call? I find out, hey, who's your chairman? Oh, this is your chairman? Fantastic, great leader. Here's what I want you to do. Clear it with them. If they say it's cool for me to get on a call with you, boom, I'll get on that call with you, no problem. That's my response every single time. I can't say, oh, well, no, they're not a part of my group. I can't say, oh, you're in that chairman's. No, I can't. Can't do that. That's the only thing that can stop us, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only obstacle that can stop us is if we don't stay together. If we stay together, everything that we've imagined to do, which is 1,000 qualified chairman tens and above, 1 million customers that have been empowered, enriched, and educated in the largest financial market in the world through this educational platform with what it is also that we've got coming out that's going to be announced at our convention in September. The lane, the new lane, the new vertical that we're going to actually introduce is going to allow us to tap into a whole nother market that's really going to allow us to really dominate in that market as well. Guys, we're playing chess, not checkers here. Playing chess. Knowing what the end result is. The only obstacle that can stop us, right? It's the only thing that can stop us if we lose that unity and we have it now, we can grow it. This call is growing it right now. It's growing it even more right now. It's growing it even more right now. Okay? Sometimes you can have discord within your own group. You got to clean that up. I can't tell you. I'll see a leader. This has happened over the last 10 years. Not just here. I've watched this happen. A leader will have a challenge with another leader and they'll be stuck. They won't move. They won't grow. The minute that they release that challenge, have that talk, release that conflict, boom, growth starts to happen. Why is that? Whatsoever things you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive it and you shall have it. And when you stand praying, forgive. It's the only obstacle that can stop you guys. Whatever it is that person did or said, or you thought they said, or someone told you that they said, forgive them. Whatever it is that you did or didn't do, whatever, forgive yourself. Move on. That's the only thing that can stop you guys. It's the only thing that can stop you. Then you're going to identify who you're going to work with. That's the purpose of this call. We're identifying who is the 1,000 chairmen. I know the chat's disabled right now, but I want you to give a shout out. I want you to scream right now. If you know 1,000% that you're one of the 1,000 chairmen, This year, not 2021. 2021 is acceleration. 2021, it is going to be a year of acceleration. We're going to excel so fast in 2021, but we're going to close out. If you're, I want you to shout it out right now. Like we're at one of those events, I want you to celebrate that thing like never before. If it's a guarantee that you're one of the 1,000. That's why we did this call. We did this call to identify who are we going to work with? Who is going to move in unison? Who is going to have the same language? Who is going to imagine with us that we have 1,000 chairmen and we have 1 million customers in this company? Identify. You got to identify the leaders. Who's passionate? Who's excited? Who's enthusiastic about this business? Who's putting the work in? Who's got a positive mental attitude? Who's got the character? Who's got the integrity? Who's got the pleasing personality? This is who you need to be identifying. And then you're going to what? You're going to plan out your work. You're going to plan out your work. You're going to plan out your work. You know what the plan of action is, guys? Coming this month of August, the next 5 months, you know what the plan of action is? It's called ZOOM. That's what it's called. It's called Zoom, 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 Zoom. It's called social media. Social media, and you stay compliant. Protect the house, ladies and gentlemen. Protect what it is that we have. No income claims, no lifestyle claims on there. You don't have to go on there and show everything. Just be you. Be the great person that you are. Be the light. Smile. Show people what you're doing in this business, and they're going to want to join you. Don't lie. Don't say you're making a certain amount of money when you're not making that money. Don't do that. Everything that we build has to be built upon truth and justice. Don't engage in any transaction. Don't engage in any transaction that does not benefit all whom it concerns. Utilizing social media has just accelerated the growth in network marketing today like never before. You got to use that platform, but you got to be wise. You got to be smart how you use that platform, and don't put your company in jeopardy. Okay. So it's prospecting every single day. Maybe it's going live. Maybe it's posting about your business, posting about the educational platform, posting about someone's story and saying, hey, maybe they were a ballet, now they're financially independent. I don't have to give a dollar amount. I can say they're financially independent. I can say that they're well off. They're way better than where they were 6 months ago. I can say that. I don't have to put a dollar amount and say, oh, they're making $100,000 a month. And then we've got a virtual conference that's coming up. I don't know if, Jason, you're going to release the date. We've got a virtual conference that's coming up here. You guys, the capacity for that, we're probably going to have, 40, 50,000 people on there, right? It's what the corporate is putting together. This virtual conference has never been done before. It's never, ever been done before. You want to promote like crazy for that event. You want to promote like crazy for that event, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you the plan of action, how we're going to get this thing done. And then number 6 is, what's in it for you? What's in it for you is that you're one of the chairmen. What's in it for you is that you're a part of something much bigger than you. What's in it for you is that maybe, my mom just left here. I was able to, the allowance that she gets every single month, I'm able to do that. I'm like, wow, think about where you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, David. Couldn't do that. What's in it for you? Now you get a chance to benefit everybody that's in your life. Everybody looks at you and says, man, I'm so glad she's my mother. I'm so glad she's my sister. I'm so glad he's my father. I'm so glad he's my brother. I'm so glad he's my friend. I'm so glad he's somebody that I can count on. She's someone that I can count on. That's what's in it for you, because you paid the price. You paid the price of belief and leadership. You paid the price of doing those Zoom presentations. You pay the price of prospecting. You pay the price of promoting for events. You pay the price of becoming a better person, becoming a better leader, studying belief, studying leadership. You paid that price, and you did it over and over and over again. And guess what? You'll wake up one day and you'll be a Jason Brown. I look at these guys. I'm hearing them on the call. I'm like, this is unreal. This is unreal. 4 years later, and yeah, like I said, is it growth? I guess you can call it that, but I think it was just time. They they had it in them already. They had it in them already, and that's why it happened. But guess what? You got it inside of you too. You got it inside of you too. You look at what Alex Moore has brought to this company. You look at what Yvonne and Monica Toppy has brought to this company. You look at Christopher Terry, Aisha Zillatory, Brandon Scott, Kyle Lowe, Daniel in finance. I mean, there's so many pieces. You are a piece to this puzzle, ladies and gentlemen. And the smallest piece is just as important as the biggest piece. As a matter of fact, the most important piece is the one that's missing. There are no missing pieces in this puzzle. 1,000 chairmen, 10s, and above is done. 1 million customers, empowered, enriched, educated, it's completely done. I'm excited for you guys. Pumped up. I can't wait. Listen, I cannot wait for the first physical convention that we have again, where we can all be together again. I'll say it right now. It'll be at least 30,000 people there. It'll be at least 30,000 people at our very first event that we can all come together from all different walks of life, all different countries. Are you kidding me? 30,000 people. A basketball arena will not be enough. Christopher Terry said it. He said, Yankee Stadium, a basketball arena will not be big enough. In all these arenas, they're going to want us. They're going to want us in their events, right? Especially baseball. They got a challenge right now. They might need to shut down their season so we can have an event in one of those baseball arenas. What you think? Just remember I said that. Okay? Just remember I said that what's going on right now is always working out for our good. It's always working out for our good. And they're going to give it to us for a lesser price than they normally would have. That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay? So, man, listen, Matt, Jason, appreciate you, man, having me on this call here. So sorry, guys, we weren't able to get Bryce on here. But here's what we're going to do. It doesn't stop here. This is not just a call, just to say a call. Here's what we're going to do. Starting on Monday, I believe, is it on this same line? Is it on the same line? Boom.
Same line, Dave, same line.
Starting this Monday, okay, is that August the 3rd to the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing a live intro to trading opportunity call, okay? Myself, Bryce Thompson, Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, the 750s in the company all throughout this week. We're going to be doing live opportunity calls on this line right here, I believe, right? Do we have the website? Is it this one?
Yup, 1,000. It'll be 1,000chairmanisdone.com. Same exact line.
Okay, same exact one?
Yup.
All righty. So same exact line that we're on here. We're going to be doing those live intro to trading opportunity calls. I'm pumped up. You want to load it up with prospects. We're going to get to that 1 million customer mark, and we're going to help you actually get there as well. So, Jason, I don't know if we're going to announce the virtual conference yet.
I think we should show them a little bit, DI. What do you think? I think we should show them a little bit.
Hey, you got some stuff to show them. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's show them.
Yeah, and let me tell you, Dave, you inspire me yet again. Look, I went. I'm not that crafty, but I went and I printed out. I am so happy and grateful now that we have 1,000 chairman 10 and above by December 31st, 2020. So I got that, and I also put the screenshot all over in the chairman groups, in the chairman 25, on the telegrams. It's going to be everywhere. So this screenshot, look at it. It's already my background on my phone. Unison, you can't even see it because my phone's blowing up. So that's going to be right there. That's going to be the screenshot that carries it, that constant reminder. So that's number one. I think we need to show them. Guys, I believe Brandon Scott said August 3rd will be the official announcement. So we are still going to have our online, we're still going to have our convention, but we're not just going to throw up a Zoom. You know, we probably would have just thrown up a Zoom and dropped a fire and all that. But Brandon Scott said, no, we're different. We're going to do something different. So Brandon Scott rendered, and the marketing team rendered a 3D Coliseum. A 3D Coliseum. And the leaders have been in the studio. Chris Terry, Brandon Thompson in the studio today. Some of the final educators are in the studio. Guys, they replicated an arena with 300,000 people. And we are going to have our virtual convention be the people. Brandon Scott told me, he said, Jason, I want to make this so realistic that the government calls Chris Terry and says, why did you do a big event? And he said it was online. That's what Brandon told me. Guys,
like
the production time, the 3D renderings, the amount of detail that's going in, leaders, ISIS on the green screen, right? Guys, this is no joke. And that is dropping. The tickets are dropping for that. The link is dropping, all the information in the next pretty much 48 to 72 hours. Get ready because you guys got inspired today. You go apply tomorrow. But we are done. 1,000 Chairman 10 is done. Like David said, all of us on the same exact page, marching to the same beat. And then we just keep God right in the center. We keep treating people like people. And we put profits after all. And it's already done. So, guys, I appreciate you. We're going to get an updated flyer. I'm going to drop one more time the official Telegram link in this chat. So that way, once the official flyer is finished, you guys are plugged in. You can promote that call. We're going to have space for 10,000. I want to see, D.I., you think we could get 10,000 people on that prospect call? What do you think? Woo!
Every day.
Every day. We can max out this line.
Yes. Why not?
Every day, we're maxing out the line. Yo, on behalf of David, Bryce, Yvonne and Monica, Alex, Chris, Isis, the whole leadership team in the company, I want to tell you guys over 10,000 people stayed on this call. Like David said, that's just a testament. Not everybody's going to make it, but people who can last the test of time, consistency always brings the result you're looking for. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. David, thank you, bro, for everything that you do. Matt, I appreciate you too, my brother. Guys, let's go. 1,000 Chairman 10 done.
Can you open up the chat? Can you open up the chat so folks can
flood the chat? Flood the chat.
Let's open up the chat. What's going on?
Woo!
Who is in the 1,000? Who is part of the 1,000? What's going on?
We're the 1,000.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it.
Bro, the chats are on fire. It's done. The chats are blowing up. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you.
Hey, Jay, hold on. Let's end it on the party real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's end it on the party. You know how we do.
Jade, let me turn on my camera.
1 second.
Jade, let me turn on my camera.
You're a host, bro. We're trying to make you host. It's frozen. We froze the Zoom.
When everything stops to fade,
Let's go!
1,000. Take my hand. Reload.
All right, Matt. Trying again.
What up,
Matt, your host. Can you get it?
Yes, sir.